Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I am hanging with your boy Galaxy on Comic-Con Radio. I am the OG Aleks Paunovic, Julius from Van Helsing.
I had a dream once. Our world had ended. Vampires had taken over. And I was the only one that could stop them. It was no dream. I'm nothing special.
Somebody thought you were.
You want me? Here I am.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Galaxy signing in for Comic-Con Radio. Coverage of pop culture events from around the globe. Amazing interviews with celebrities. Daily recaps and reviews of popular television. Movie reviews. Everything Comic-Con and fandom from around the globe. Comic-Con Radio. Get ready to enter our universe. Let's go.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is another amazing episode of Comic-Con Radio, and today we have a guest that has come back to our fabulous studio. This gentleman has been rocking and rolling, killing vampires. We have our friend Aleks Paunovic back on Comic-Con Radio. Alex, what's up, buddy?
Yeah! We're back, baby, we're back!
See, I was hoping you had a big energy intro like that because the last time you were on the show, it sounded great and a huge number of fans were like, yeah, this guy's cool. And then all of a sudden, we see you popping up on all these daytime shows and interviews. Then you were in a movie with Liam Neeson.
It was all because of you, man. You started the whole train rolling, man.
Not really, not really.
It's all because of you in this show, man.
You are off the hook. You're a cool dude. Every time I have a guest on, they bring up your name. And I do about 15 of these a week. They bring up you saying you're a cool guy. Hey, do you know Alex? I'm like, yeah, he's been on the show. I think they listened to your episode. They're trying to find a connection, but you're doing amazing. And you remember the last time we were on the show, we spoke about Van Helsing. We were hoping that it got signed onto a new season. And then we did some funny bit about, hey, let's do a premonition. And it worked, man. And now you're in the new season of Van Helsing.
There it is, man. It totally worked. We just finished shooting season 4. Super excited for the fans to see what we've done. You always kind of want to up it a little bit. You want to make it a little bit more interesting and keeping the same groundwork. And we had a new showrunner this year, Jonathan Walker. And we had some really great additions to the cast. And it seriously was one of my most fun seasons to play around with. And I'm just so excited for the world to see season 4.
That is absolutely cool to hear. You know, we were at San Diego Comic-Con. We do our After the Con event there annually, and you guys had an amazing panel this year, and you had your new cast member, Nicole Munoz, on, and we actually had Nicole on the show last week, and she loves you, man. Everybody that we have on the show, we've had Jonathan, and of course, Jennifer. We love her, and Trizzo, and Rukia, everybody, and they all love you, man. What is it? What are you giving them, Alex?
Dude, are you kidding me? I'm in a position to work with amazing people, and every single one of those people that you just mentioned, and then some, the whole cast and crew, it has been nothing but a joy to work with. Like, you pinch yourself every day, even though it's a vampire show and there's a lot of blood. When we're all together, I'm in such awe of the presence that I'm around that makes me have such a great time and be so grateful for the life that I live. And they are a huge component in that. And so I just champion them and love them just as much. So it's just a flowing circle of energy that we give each other.
That's amazing to hear. Isn't it cool that Jonathan is your showrunner this year? I got an opportunity to chat with him. He's an amazing actor, but he's taken the show to a whole new level because these cast members are cool. You have Neil McDonough as a new cast member.
Trisha Helfer, Kia King, who jumped on too. Here's the thing, man. Like, Jonathan comes from an actor's perspective, and having him be our showrunner and understanding what the actors go through and what we need has been nothing but absolutely amazing. And it's interesting because he was there from day one in the writing room and being a producer and moving up to this position now. So he knows what that growth is like. And just like each character on the show that has been there since season 1, we're all growing. And so to have that kind of feedback back and forth has been phenomenal. And again, I can't take anything away from Neil Abute, who I miss dearly, and hopefully I'll get to see him soon. But Neil was also one of those guys that totally understood the actor and understood the process and really helped us grow. And so to be lucky enough to have someone like Jonathan in there and really be there for the story and for the actor has just been a blessing. And again, the new cast couldn't have asked for anything more.
Well, I can't wait to see season 4. I'm really excited about it. When you guys were in San Diego with your panel, what showed so amazingly to the crowd and how humble you guys are is because not only you guys showed your amazing trailer for season 4, but you guys gave some shout outs to fans that follow you guys on social media. Nobody does that. I've moderated panels, I've hosted panels, but I've never seen a panel shout out fans that supported the show. That shows a lot about you guys.
Yeah, man. And it honestly wasn't a surprise for us. It just felt like something that we wanted to do just because they're the ones that are really reaching out. Like, here's the interesting thing is, like, when we go to work, I mean, just like any other show, but when you go to work, you're literally there with the cast and crew. You do a scene, and you may do, like, a scene that you go, oh my God, that was really great. And then even though you may get the support from the cast and crew, we're there to do a job. So it's literally like I'm waiting for somebody to go, Aleks, you were fantastic. But I'm getting, okay, moving on. We got to get the next shot before the time is out. And I'm like, yes, we do. We're just a machine moving forward. So when you get to a place like Comic-Con where the fans get to really express the work that you've done, that is what makes it special. And you can't have that unless you have the fans. So the shout out to me is more of a thank you because they're the ones that the stuff that I do or the stuff that people in the show do that they have a response to, and they have almost like a different literature attached to each scene because they know exactly what's going on. That's what makes it so interesting and so much love. Like, I could not get enough autographs and pictures with people because that they just prove to me that the show is touching a lot of people, and we all are just so grateful for the fans.
That's cool, man. And this year, Comic-Con was so off the hook, and I was really excited that you guys had a panel.
So much fun, man. We had so much fun.
It was crazy. You guys had your stuff, and SYFY was a huge part of Comic-Con this year. The channel SYFY, like, they were giving out bags, and they had these cool buses and these bikes. It was like SYFY or AMC and their two iconic shows, and that's it. That's what ran Comic-Con this year in San Diego.
They totally stepped it up, but I'm just trying to figure out, if you were at the panel, how come you didn't come up?
Well, you know
come
what?
Up and talk.
A couple of my guys were there. They were recording it. They were like, we have to go if you can't go. So they watched it. They saw the panel. They were like, it was very sincere. But
you're so lucky, because if you were there when we were there and you didn't come up and say, hey, I would literally smash you. I will Hulk smash you.
I would never do that. I feel like I've known you guys for a million years. We get like emails from fans and we get messages. Why do you guys always promote Van Helsing so much? I said, because we love it. We just want to do it that way.
And you know what? We're super grateful, because I talk to those cats too, and they just get a real kick out of the excitement that you have for bringing us to the world through your show. And we are extremely grateful for that, man. But again, if you were at Comic-Con, I would have smashed you if you didn't come up and say hi. So I can be grateful, but I can still get you.
Your career is like exploding, man. Exploding. Tell the fans what you've been doing since last time.
Well, it's been really interesting. Like, a lot of great things are happening. And like this year, I was fortunate enough to have, just timing-wise, it worked out to be a part of a sci-fi thriller called Freaks with Bruce Dern and Emil Hirsch. And it was something that I was really proud of to be there. Zach Lipovsky and Adam Stein directed it, and they asked me to come and join the cast, and we just had a phenomenal time. And so they were screening at Comic-Con. Obviously, Van Helsing and my love for that whole thing, as you know, and being a part of the first season of Snowpiercer, being there for the trailer to be released, all of that stuff has just been phenomenal. So I've been really fortunate to have these amazing projects, especially right at Comic-Con. And I'm also right now in a massive push, because my hometown of Winnipeg, Manitoba, me and some partners from Los Angeles are trying to build a film studio in my hometown. So we're really excited about that venture and getting a lot of more jobs in the community and getting Winnipeg on the map, because it's already on the map as a film destination in Canada, but now we just kind of want to bump it up And we're really excited to have people a part of that. So it's just been really busy. It's been great creating stuff and also being in the stuff that I love, and life has been absolutely beautiful.
Okay, let's put the movies aside and the TV shows aside. You're actually building a movie studio. What? That's amazing, man.
Yeah, we are. We're building a movie studio with 4 sound stages, and we're just really excited to get it going and to make it another massive destination for North America to come and shoot. So it's been exciting. It's called Wonder Light Studios.
Wonder Light Studios?
Yeah.
Ah, boy. Oh, boy. Hey, man, now I know. So my comic book series launches at New York Comic Con. Never know, man. We might be working together because they want to make it into a series.
Dude, this is how it all happens. There's beautiful connections. The energy starts flowing. People talk at the right time. And then we'll be hanging out in Winnipeg in one of the stages and shooting your show. How great is that?
That's amazing. You remember the last episode when you were here? It was like almost a year ago, and we wrote the coolest guy in sci-fi, and a lot of people reacted to it. They loved it. But now you're the coolest guy in Canada because you have your own film studio.
Well, I don't know. We're still working on it, man. It's not completely done yet, but that's been the passion of mine, is to make this happen. But it's I'm just super excited with the team that we built, and it's one of those things where, you know, the possibility of creating not only jobs, but of feeding families and having people work because of an idea that you brought, and people are all generating around it. It's just really attractive to me, and especially in my hometown. So, you know, there's no risk, no reward. So I'm going for it with some amazing people on my team.
That's always cool to hear that, you know, someone is evolving, and with your acting background and all the experience you have and all the stunts people you know and everybody around you that's making amazing projects, this is like a very, very good move, and I can't wait for some amazing shows to come out of that. I wanted to chat with you about Van Helsing for a little bit because this year they introduced Dracula, the actual Dracula. How mind-boggling is that?
Dude, we knew it was going to happen at some point. Like, it just could not happen. And so when they broke it down, and they actually kept it a secret from us about who was going to be cast as Dracula, and you immediately go, it's just how it works. Your brain immediately goes to, I wonder who this dude is going to be. And then when they broke it to us that it was going to be Trisha, I was like, oh my God, of course, she's perfect. Like, absolutely perfect, and totally puts a spin on it. Her being the first Dracula, I think, in TV is just super exciting. And for us to be a part of that, and for, you know, Jonathan and all the creators and the writers and the producers that really kind of got on board and saying, this is absolutely perfect, we couldn't be more excited.
And you have Paul White this year, you have Kia King, you have all these new cool actors that are just going to be making this season so amazing. I'm really intrigued about Neil McDonough coming on board. I know he showed up a little bit last season, but last season you left off with this crazy ass anger. You wanted to rip, you know, somebody apart.
Yeah.
We all know who that somebody is, you know, Roland Scap. But what's going to happen this season, man? Can you tell us a little bit?
Oh, come on. You know better than that. I can't tell you anything.
I got to get you warm, man. I'm warming you up.
You always try to get those spoilers. I love that about you. I can't give it up, man. You guys are just going to have to see. But what I really think is really great is how the beginning of the season will unravel for viewers. And I think it's very innovative of what Neil Abute did and rolling in. So it's going to be it's going to be awesome to see how people are going to see the first few episodes, because I think it's very original.
The trailer was amazing. We're going to have a link to the trailer on this episode because I want everybody to see it. Here's the thing. Your character evolved from this head of vampires to this guy that's like a regular dude, humble guy, and then now this fierce side of you is coming out, but not as a vampire, as a human. Last season, man, you were like ready to kill. And have you seen a big fan insurgence because of that, heading towards you and following you more because of that last few episodes last season?
Yeah, it's been really interesting, and a lot of people have been commenting on some of the stuff that I would post on Instagram, Facebook, or even Twitter just seeing this trajectory of Julius, because it started out when he turned human. He really started out as this guy that just wanted retribution and wanted to right his wrongs. So there was this kind of, submissive end to him, and just, no matter what Vanessa said, I was just still there, because me righting my wrongs overpowered anything, and I just knew I needed to do the right thing. And I needed to put myself in a position where others would trust me, all the other humans would trust me, because that's what I just needed to do after doing what I've done as a vampire. And so the progression into this season is very much into this kind of patriarch and kind of more of a guider than the retribution aspect of it. So the growth of the character keeps on going, and that's, going out to the writers, Jackie May, Jeremy Smith, Matt Venables, Jonathan Walker, even Neil Butte, who's still on and wrote a few episodes. So, just really, really exciting to be a part of someone that really cares about the characters and helps us elevate and grow.
Isn't it wicked that the cast members on Van Helsing that probably were not supposed to be the leading cast members have become the biggest and main focus? I give props to everybody on the show, but a lot of people lean towards you, Jennifer, Roland, Trizzo. You guys are a big, big, big part, and I think wasn't supposed to be from the beginning, if I have my info correct.
Yeah, no, you're right on point. But this is the beauty of an ensemble and a great team, is that they recognize, the writers and the producers and Chad and Michael, they recognize that, they listen to the fans, and they also, write better stuff for us and stuff that you would usually write for the leads. And they see that the growth that we're doing and where we are within the series and how passionate we are about the characters. And then they, as opposed to going, no, this is a formula, we only write for the first 2-3 leads. They sat there and went, you know what, we need to expose all of this. We need the fans to really see what these actors can do within the characters that they're in. And that is just a testament to the team, man. We just got really lucky with a great team.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Everybody together is making this amazing. And I love how you guys on some of these websites, which shows the cast for season 4, cuts people off from last season, and people know they're going to be on there. It's just such cool, sneaky tactics to make sure that season 4 is the most amazing as possible. I love that.
Yeah, that's what it feels like to us too. Like, we really had a great time. And I mean, for me personally, getting the Big Show a part of the show was such another testament to the gang that runs Van Helsing, because I read a part in one of the episodes where I was like, oh my God, because I've worked with Big Show before, like three years ago on another project, and I was like, oh my God, Big Show would be great for this. And I just kind of went, I'm just gonna tweet him and just see if he would dig it. He dug it. We went back and forth with production. They never thought he would want to accept a role like this, or never even thought it was in his wheelhouse, something that he would want to do. And all we did was communicate, and Big Show and I have such a great relationship. He just wanted to come and play. And so we got really lucky with that. And again, it's a testament to our team going, I think, yes, that's a great idea. Like, I'm not a producer. I just had a suggestion of maybe we can make the show a little bit more interesting with some great people behind it. And they just said, yeah, let's move forward on this. And so it's a testament to those guys of making it happen just from a suggestion from, a small little actor on the show. So it's kind of great.
Yeah, and, he's a big dude, too, so you guys got to really be careful around him.
Exactly. Say the right things.
You're not the biggest dude on the show anymore. Does that feel weird? Or
I was. Oh, my God. It was so trippy, man, looking up to him and feeling like he put his arm around me, and I felt like a hobbit, and it was hilarious.
You're 6'5". That dude's like 6'10". So.
Yeah, and like 200 and something pounds more than me. Like, it's crazy.
But it's going to be cool to see him on that show. Such a big character. Like, you already dwarf everyone on the show, and then to see him there, oh, my God, it's going to be a crazy...
Yeah, but here's the thing that's interesting. His performance is so great And everyone thinks it's going to be a one-dimensional thing, but I cannot wait for people to see what he did. He's an extremely talented man, and we were just super fortunate to have him. And again, the writers working some amazing character development stuff for him to where he gets to really show off that he never gets to show off in other stuff. So I'm really looking forward for people to see him.
That's really exciting. Now, here's the thing, man. Last time you were on the show, you were talking to me about sometimes they were sending you messages saying, let's kill off Julius in the next episode. Does that still happen now?
Yeah, it does. And it's kind of funny. They still kind of keep me on a short leash every time I start getting a little creative with my character and go, you know what if we think Julius does this? It goes, well, how can Julius do that when you're going to die on the episode before? I went, what? What do you mean? What? And so they keep on screwing with me. But what I did, one of the practical jokes that I did this year, because I love practical jokes, is because Jonathan Walker, it was his first year show running a show, and which is a big deal. And so you can just imagine him coming to set for the first day as the boss. I kind of was hanging out in my living room and did a bunch of cutouts for him, like face cutouts. I did about 60 of them and gave them to everybody in the cast and crew on the first day. So everyone was walking around with Jonathan Walker faces. So it was hilarious. Everyone dug it. And what was so surprising is that everyone kept it for the whole season. We had, like, in the makeup trailer, a bunch of Jonathan Walker heads, and the grip trailer, a bunch of heads doing weird stuff. That was my proudest moment in the whole show, is all those faces staying the whole season and making us laugh.
He's a great guy. You know, I chatted with him. He's funny. He's straightforward. He's serious about his job. When he saw those masks, of course, he laughed a lot. But seeing him as a showrunner, you think he was a bit more serious, or you think he was still the same person as before?
Oh, no, he's still exactly the same person as before. The only thing is his expertise in the years that he's built in this industry just helps guide the show. And so we all have our moments where we got to buckle down and just figure some stuff out. And, you know, sometimes set doesn't go as smoothly and he's got to make some choices. But he always did it with, you know, compassion, loving grace. And everyone just loved being guided by him. So we were really lucky.
It's so cool to see people growing and evolving, becoming something more. And look at yourself. You're Julius on Van Helsing, and your filmography is amazing. You know what? I want to bring this up before I go into that. I saw you on Arrow.
Yeah, it's a quick little pop, and they invited me in, and I had fun doing it, and it was nice. It was in and out.
It was really cool to see you there. I was like, hey, that's Aleks. It's sometimes nice when you see familiar faces on other shows or movies because you connect more. And that's what made me connect with Cold Pursuit, because Liam Neeson, such a huge actor, and then you were in that movie, and I was like, hey, that's Aleks, and made me want to watch that movie. It was because of you. And that was a cool movie. You know, I've noticed your last few movies are all done in the snow. Do you love that cold weather?
It just happened by chance, but yeah, I kind of always love that kind of element surprise where you kind of have to deal with the elements. So I'm a big fan of that stuff. But that was just luck of the draw.
So that was just a lucky move. That movie, it wasn't planned. It just happened.
It just happened. Got offered the role and was really excited to work with Laura Dern and Liam Neeson. So yeah, it was just a luck of the draw.
I noticed when you're on different TV shows and movies, you are the same person. And that tells a lot about you as a human being. It's like the same guy. I know you play that role, you're that actor, but you can sense, hey, that's Aleks. Your personality comes out. Do you try to keep it like that?
I think keeping a basis of some sort of truth within the roles and being grounded in that way, and just the situations are more fantastical that you're bridging those together. To me, it feels like I can do anything, but I need that base of the groundedness of keeping myself in there. So, yeah, so it's something I definitely want to do because I feel like there's more truth in it.
That's really, really, really cool. Okay, this year on Van Helsing, who was the MVP in your eyes?
Oh, man, who was the MVP this year?
It's all good. They won't get mad.
No, it's interesting because the new cast that came in, Nicole and Kia, they really, like, here's the thing you got to understand is that, so when a new cast comes in, they're like the new person in school for the first time. Like, you're walking the halls, not knowing anybody, not knowing who to talk to, feeling like an outsider. And that's just the way it goes when you go into a new school. And you hope that you're going to meet some really cool people, and they'll kind of gently guide you into this new process of being in a new school. And sometimes that's not the case, and that's where the fear comes in, when that insecurity when you walk into someplace new. And so that's the same thing on a TV show. So they came in with so much to do, not only dialogue-wise, but physicality-wise, right off the bat, with people they don't know, the crew that they don't know, cast that they don't know. They don't know what the relationship's going to be like. They don't know if their ideas are going to be heard. So I feel like the MVPs have been Kia and Nicole, because they came in at a very different. I mean, it would have been difficult for anybody on the show, even with like 4 years of experience of working with the same people. What they were asked to do right off the bat on a new show for them, they are both the MVP to me. They absolutely killed it, and it could have went horribly wrong, easily horribly wrong, but they handled with such grace and professionalism, and extremely talented women. And so I would consider those two the MVPs.
From a, what we call you, the senior on the team, the original, the OG on Van Helsing, to say that.
I love that. I'm the OG, man.
I always come up with these terms with you, man, and you like it. It's cool.
I love it.
I chat with other people. I say these things. They're like, I'm not an OG. I'm like, yeah. So, but Nicole,
no way, man. I'm the OG of Van Helsing.
OG of Van Helsing. Hey, if Jonathan's listening, Jonathan, he is the OG. Don't bother this poor guy anymore, because he's probably walking on eggshells.
I want that on my cast list. Instead of Julius, just put OG.
That's it. You know, people don't understand that when you sign these contracts, yeah, you can sign 10 episodes, but the showrunners can still kill you off, which is a very nerve-wracking thing. What point in your career that you kind of say, okay, that's not going to happen to me, or you still feel that way?
Oh, no, but here's the thing. I don't make it nerve-wracking. I understand story. And so most of the time when people are dying on a show or that kind of a thing, it's to evolve the story. It's to go further with the story. It's different branches of the story. So I don't stress out about that at all. I have tons of fun with the guys on the show about it, of being the butt of the jokes on it. But at the end of the day, will I be disappointed that I'm not a part of it anymore? Absolutely. Do I stress about it? Absolutely not, because if it happens, it happens. And there's going to be something else I'm going to do, and then like life goes on, and so with this type of an aspect, I just give it tons of tribute, and I'm extremely grateful for the time that I have been spending on the show. This show or another show, it doesn't even matter. Getting through the idea of being stressed out about each episode that I'm going to read does not occur to me. I'm not going to lie and say I wouldn't be disappointed, but I'm not going to stress about it, and I'm going to champion whatever decision is there, because it's a hard decision for anybody. But it's a decision that is only made because you are a part of something. And so for me to be a part of something, that's the biggest thing. Anything that happens after that, it's all good, man. It's all good.
Well, they should never touch you from Van Helsing. You are a pivotal part of that. You're a cool dude. The cool guy on SYFY is your motto. So 2 things now. Cool guy, SYFY, OG. That's the 2 things we're going to call you from now on. So we're going to make sure
I love it.
Everybody sees
love
that.
It.
You know, as your fans grew since last year's, Van Helsing's fans grew, because now it's on, like, you know, all these platforms and everything. Our fans has grown as well. And I'm so excited to always share Van Helsing to our fans. And I want them all to tune in and watch it, because it's an amazing show. I really love it. But aside from Van Helsing, I saw you on an episode of Hell's Kitchen. I was like, man. Is he hungry? Because they had you sitting there.
Yeah. Listen, I'm in Los Angeles, and my publicist calls me and says, they just asked you if you wanted to be a guest on Hell's Kitchen for when they serve the food. And I was like, you had me at food. Let's go. Like, it wasn't even a thing for me. I get to eat. I'm a big dude. Yes, let's eat. It was a fun thing to do.
And especially eating from Gordon Ramsay's kitchen, that's even better, right?
That's exactly true, and it was a great time. And Casey, my publicist, who is absolutely amazing, knows exactly how to treat me. if there's anything with food, she's hooking me up.
That's really amazing. Your team is so good. Casey at Advantage, they're really lovely, always kind and cool. So I wanted to give that shout out for them as well. You picked some cool people around you, man.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
You got this
I know,
cool
they're
circle.
a fantastic company. I know, it's been great. And honestly, the idea of when you team up with somebody that you absolutely, love as not only their work ethic and what they do, but as people, you get really lucky. And Advantage and Casey and Carson and Sydney, they're all amazing people, and I'm just really fortunate.
So one more question. Snowpiercer.
Shoot. Yeah.
Bosovic. Who is that?
Oh, it's really interesting. Bojan Boskovic. The J is pronounced as a Y.
Lovely.
And I actually had the opportunity to work with the creators of the show, Graham, and to try to see if I can change the character's name. And it's my brother's name. So I wanted to give, some tribute to my brother because the character had a different name, and they were very cool with letting me call the character Bojan. And I'm really happy about that. But Bojan, the character in Snowpiercer, he has one of the most dangerous jobs on the train. He's the one that goes out and fixes things on the outside when it's minus 111, and he's got to keep the train rolling, him and his team. I don't know if you noticed in the trailer when they had the shot and my face is a little scarred. That's just like through the trials and tribulations of having a job where you've got to go outside. And so he's got a little bit of thick skin. He's got quite boisterous energy about him. He has some secrets, and I'm really excited to play a character like this. It's been really fun.
And that's coming out in 2020.
That's right. I think in March 2020, yeah.
Isn't Jonathan involved in that project as well? And Jonathan's also involved with Woo Assassins coming out. It's like so many things.
Oh, he is flying high, man. And his performance in Snowpiercer, I can't wait for you guys to see it because you guys know him as the showrunner. And yes, you've probably seen him in a lot of other stuff, but the stuff that he does in Snowpiercer, you guys are going to be blown away. He's awesome.
Does he sometimes correct you guys during Van Helsing, or do you think he wants to be part of the acting part? Because I know acting's his first love.
Yeah, acting is his first love, but he knows how to compartmentalize, and he knows where, this is my job right now as a showrunner and to guide. He doesn't kind of give tips or anything. He just talks about intention and let's see if we can figure this out and figure that out. He knows where to step within those boundaries, especially with actors and with creatives, and he just flows through it very beautifully. And literally, the perfect term is guide. He's an amazing guide.
That's really good to hear all these lovely things from you. So what's in the future for Aleks? What's going on? What's your plans?
Well, those are the two big things, and there's a couple features that I'm working on right now, and there's a couple TV shows that I'm creating with some very cool, prominent people, and I'm hoping there'll be a time where I get to share that. But it's that creative process that I really love, and the studio being one thing, Snowpiercer and Van Helsing have its own separate things, which I love dearly. But also having that creative aspect of building something with people that I absolutely respect, and the idea of if we build something that will get another group of people like Van Helsing, where it's the creators and it's the cast and it's the crew, and then you get to start a whole new kind of thing where everyone's energy is flowing in between and creating something. And that to me is the most attractive thing, and we're all paying our bills and feeding our families at the same time. That to me is so attractive that we can create something and make this joint venture that you move forward in life and feed your family and build stuff. And oh man, I'm just really grateful.
That's lovely to hear that you're seeing success. Things are going amazing. Your 2019 year so far has been so busy. Puppet Killer's coming out. Volition is coming out. Snowpiercer's coming out. The new season of Van Helsing. Plus all these other projects. Man, hey, Aleks, is there anything you wanted to tell the fans? I know you're busy. I know you got a jam. Is there anything you want to tell the fans before we start heading out, brother?
Listen, there's really nothing else except I like even Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, messaging me, tweeting me. I'm always on top of it because I just really love the interaction because I know where it comes from. And I was in that position where I was such a fan of of other things around me. And when they reached out to me, it made me feel something because I invested in their work, and I feel the same way. And I think, everyone that's a part of it, like I even got a group on Twitter called the Cuddle Puddle because we made statements about how, I love them so much. Let's just get into a big cuddle. And those amazing people on the internet that just, keep on touching base, and I cherish that. And so just know that I'm out there, and I'm so grateful for the fans.
It's awesome when people in your position that's creating and changing the world and showing emotion are connecting with the fans and allowing them to enter your world in many different ways. And the Cuddle Puddle sounds cool. I'm going to have the team sign up to that so we can start seeing that stuff.
Get on that.
That's really rad, man. And I know on Twitter, Instagram, and all over social media, it's at
Aleks Paun on my Instagram and my Twitter, ALEKSPAUN. And that's my handle on Instagram and Twitter. So yeah, anytime.
And I hope they reach out. Have you noticed a big fan change since last time we spoke? Have you gotten more people coming your way on social?
Oh, dude, you don't get it. Like, you have such a reach with the fans that after you and I connected, we had such a great time. I had a flood of followers and people that would say, I just listened to this. Thanks so much. And so you're a massive part of the growth of Van Helsing, and you have to know that. And we all thank you so much for being a fan and getting us out there. But yeah, your reach is very amazing, and we're very thankful. And I got so many people following and interacting with me after we spoke last time. So a huge thank you to you.
Thank you, Aleks. I really appreciate that, man. You're the coolest dude. I know it comes from the heart. And I want this time, when this episode to come out, that to grow by tenfold. And I can't wait to see you this season of Van Helsing. If you're going to be in New York, we got to hang. I know we're just going to keep crossing paths, brother.
That makes me really happy, man. Makes me really happy.
Well, you know what, my man? With that said, I know you're busy. We got to sign out. It's been such a lovely episode. I love chatting with you. So let's say it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is your boy Galaxy with another amazing episode of Comic-Con Radio with the amazing OG, coolest guy on SYFY, Aleks Paunovic. And we're signing out. Ready, Alex? We got to do kisses, bro. Ready? Cuddle Puddle. 3, 2. That's amazing. We love you guys, and peace. Alex.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Galaxy signing out from another amazing episode of Comic-Con Radio. Tune in for your daily shows of Comic-Con Radio. Go to comiccon-radio.com. Reach us on social media. Instagram at Comic-Con Radio. Comic-Con Radio, taking the world one listener at a time.
Dude, thank you so much for a great combo, man, as usual.